You see her "I'm fine" text as a green light, but you might be making a huge mistake. That two-word message isn't just something to ignore, it can do real damage, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to read what she's really saying and stop that damage before it's too late. You know the moment. You ask her what's wrong. Maybe you can just feel the tension, or you notice her texts are getting shorter. You push, just a little. "Hey, is everything okay?" And then you get it. The two words that feel like both a relief and a trap. "I'm fine." For a lot of guys, this feels like a get-out-of-jail-free card. You think, okay, she said she's fine. I'm off the hook. I can get back to what I was doing. You take her at her word, move on, and figure the problem's solved. But that's where the real problem begins. Because what you see as an all clear is actually a warning flare. By just accepting her "I'm fine," you accidentally part of a cycle that is slowly eating away at the foundation of your relationship. You're not just missing a cue, you're making her feel dismissed, unheard, and emotionally alone. The damage isn't a big explosion, it's a quiet poison. It's the color slowly fading from your relationship, the distance you can't quite put your finger on, and the resentment that builds in the silence. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on those two little words. We'll explore not just what she means, but the very real psychological damage that happens when her signal gets ignored. More importantly, I'm going to give you a clear, actionable playbook on how to respond in a way that doesn't just avoid a fight, but actually builds trust, deepens intimacy, and makes you the man she feels truly safe with. The why, the psychology behind the two words. Before we can figure out how to respond, we have to get why she says "I'm fine" when she's clearly not. It's usually not some conscious, mean-spirited test designed to make you fail, even if it feels that way sometimes. More often, it's a deeply ingrained defense mechanism that comes from past experiences and is a way to handle tricky emotional situations. One of the biggest reasons is a simple fear of conflict. Many women are taught from a young age to be the peacemakers, to be agreeable, and to not rock the boat. They might have learned as kids that showing emotions like anger or sadness led to being dismissed or punished. As a result, they learn to push those feelings down. Sharing what's really on her mind might make you angry or defensive, and in that moment saying "I'm fine" just feels safer than risking a fight. Another powerful reason is the fear of being a burden. This is especially true for women who are high achievers or natural caregivers. They don't want to be seen as needy or high maintenance. If she has a history of fragile self-esteem, she might believe that people won't like her if she has complicated feelings or asks for too much. She might be dealing with something she feels is her problem to solve and doesn't want to add to your stress. So she says, "I'm fine," as a way of saying, "Don't worry about me, I'll handle this." It's a misguided attempt to protect you. This often comes from a place where she doesn't feel her own emotions are valid or important enough to take up space. Sometimes saying "I'm fine" comes from pure emotional burnout. She might be so mentally and emotionally drained that trying to explain what's wrong feels like climbing a mountain. She may not even have the words for what she's feeling yet. In that state, "I'm fine" is a way to buy some time and hit pause on a conversation she just doesn't have the energy for. And yes, sometimes it is a test. But it's not a test of your mind-reading skills. It's a test of your emotional attunement. She was watching to see if you care enough to notice that her words don't match her energy. Will you see the slump in her shoulders? Hear the hesitation in her voice? Will you look past the two words and see her? It's a subconscious plea. "Please show me you see I'm hurting, even when I can't say it out loud." It's a bid for connection. Finally, and this is a crucial one, it can be a trauma response. If she has a history of her feelings being mocked, dismissed, or used against her, "I'm fine" becomes a suit of armor. Vulnerability was dangerous in her past, so she learned to hide it. Opening up might have led to rejection or abandonment, so her nervous system is now wired to find safety in silence. Understanding these reasons is the first step. It shifts you from a place of frustration, "Why won't she just tell me what's wrong?" to a place of compassion. What's making it feel unsafe for her to tell me what's wrong? That shift changes everything. The agitation, the secret damage you're causing. This is the part you can't afford to misunderstand. Every time you hear "I'm fine," accept it and walk away, you're contributing to a cycle of emotional damage. It seems like a small thing, but these moments add up. They're the tiny, repeated impacts that can cause serious failure in a relationship. Psychologists call this emotional invalidation, and it's one of the most toxic forces in a partnership. Let's break the damage down into 3 parts: the damage to her, the damage to the relationship, and the damage to you. First, the damage to her. When she signals distress, and your response is to ignore it, the immediate impact is a feeling of being invalidated. In that moment, you're communicating that her emotions aren't real, aren't important, or aren't worthy of your attention. Imagine if she was in physical pain and you just looked at her, said, "You seem fine to me," and walked away. The emotional version of that is devastating. It can cause her to doubt her own feelings, leading to self-doubt and insecurity. She starts asking herself, "Am I overreacting? Am I too sensitive?" This constant questioning of her own reality is a subtle form of gaslighting, even if it's unintentional. This forces her into emotional suppression. When her attempts at getting support are ignored, she learns it's pointless to try, so she pushes her feelings down. But those emotions don't just disappear. They go underground, where they fester and grow, leaving her feeling completely alone. Over time, this repeated dismissal attacks her self-esteem, making her feel invisible in the one relationship that's supposed to be her safe harbor. Second, the damage to the relationship. Every time you ignore her emotional cue, you chip away at the foundation of trust. Communication breaks down because she learns that real, authentic communication isn't welcome. Intimacy can't survive when one person feels like they have to wear a mask. This creates a huge emotional distance between you. You might live in the same house and sleep in the same bed, but you're miles apart. This also makes fights more explosive. By ignoring the "I'm fine," you avoid a small, uncomfortable chat now, but you're practically guaranteeing a much bigger, more damaging fight later. Those suppressed emotions will eventually erupt, often over something that seems tiny, and you'll be left wondering, where did that come from? It came from all the times she tried to tell you something was wrong and was met with indifference. This pattern, which the Gottman Institute calls stonewalling, is one of the biggest predictors that a relationship will fail. Finally, let's be clear about the damage this does to you. By taking the easy way out, you're setting yourself up to be confused. You end up constantly baffled by her moods and blindsided by her anger, never understanding your part in creating the dynamic. You might feel like you're walking on eggshells, sensing the tension, but feeling powerless to fix it. You miss the chance to be the person she turns to for comfort. Instead, you get cast as the oblivious, uncaring partner, and that's not who you want to be. The solution: what not to do. Okay, so you get the stakes. You see the damage that taking "I'm fine" at face value causes. Your first instinct might be to swing the other way and try to force the issue. That's also a mistake. Before we get to the right way to handle this, let's cover the common reactions that only make things worse. The first and most common mistake is getting defensive or annoyed. She says, "I'm fine," but her tone is clearly not fine. You feel the accusation in it, and you get pissy. You might say, "Well, if you're not going to tell me what's wrong, how am I supposed to know?" Or, "I can't read your mind." This reaction instantly proves her fear, that her feelings will just lead to a fight. You've just made it about you, confirming it's not safe for her to be vulnerable. The second mistake is to become a relentless interrogator. "What's wrong? No, seriously, tell me. Was it something I said? Just tell me." This pressure doesn't create safety. It feels like an interrogation. She already feels unwilling to talk, and now you're cornering her. This doesn't invite her to open up. It forces her to build her walls even higher. It's about control, not care. The third mistake is becoming the instant problem solver. Before you even know what the problem is, you're offering solutions. You seem stressed, you should go for a run. Upset about work? Just quit. While you mean well, you are jumping over her feeling to get to a solution. Most of the time, she doesn't want you to fix her problem. She wants you to connect with her in the emotion. By rushing to fix it, you send the message that her feelings are just an inconvenient problem to be solved. The fourth mistake is minimization. This one is incredibly damaging. It sounds like, "It could be worse," or "You're overreacting." This is the most direct form of emotional invalidation because you are flat out telling her that her emotional response is wrong. Nothing will shut a person down faster than having their feelings judged. Avoiding these four reactions, getting defensive, interrogating, instant problem solving, and minimizing, is half the battle. By not doing these things, you're already starting to create a safer space. Mastering this is a skill, and it's about moving from conflict to connection. The three-step process to decode and reconnect. So, what do you do? How do you handle that moment? The goal isn't to crack her open like a safe. The goal is to create an environment where she feels safe enough to give you the combination herself. It's a three-step process. Pause and observe, acknowledge and invite, and create long-term emotional safety. Step 1. Pause and observe. Your first move is to do nothing. Don't react right away. Take a breath. Your job here is to become a detective of context, not a reactor to words. The words are, "I'm fine," but that's only 10% of the message. The other 90% is in everything else. Is her jaw tight? Are her shoulders slumped? Is she avoiding eye contact? Is she sighing? Is her body turned away from you? These are all signals that her emotional state doesn't match her words. Also, think about the context. Did she just have a stressful call? Did you two have a small argument an hour ago? This pause stops you from stumbling into one of the what not to do traps. Step 2. Acknowledge and invite. Gently. This is where you show her that you see her. You're not going to call her a liar or force her to talk. You are going to gently acknowledge the disconnect you see and then create an open, no-pressure invitation. This validates her feelings without demanding she expose them. Here are some powerful word-for-word scripts you can use. "Okay, I hear you. But I get the sense something might be on your mind. Just know I'm here for you whenever you feel ready to talk. You don't have to talk about it now, but I'm here to listen when you do." A very simple and effective one. "Are you sure? It seems like something is bothering you." Notice the pattern. Each of these statements acknowledges her words. "I hear you," shares your observation without judgment. "I get the sense," and places the power back in her hands whenever you're ready. You're communicating. "I see you. I care. I'm not going anywhere. And I respect your timeline." That is profoundly reassuring. Sometimes this gentle invitation is enough to make her open up right there. But if she doesn't, you have to respect that. The goal is the invitation, not an immediate confession. Step 3. Create long-term emotional safety. Steps 1 and 2 are your in-the-moment tactics. Step 3 is your long-term strategy. The ultimate goal is to build a relationship where "I'm fine" becomes less and less necessary because she knows without a doubt that her real feelings are welcome. This is what psychologists call emotional safety. The feeling that you can be your true vulnerable self without fear of judgment, rejection, or punishment. How do you build this? It's built on consistency. Every time you successfully navigate an "I'm fine" moment using steps 1 and 2, you're building trust. It's built on active listening. When she does talk, your only job is to listen. Put your phone down and focus on understanding her world, not on forming your rebuttal. Use validating language like, "That makes sense that you would feel that way," or "I can understand why that would be so frustrating." You don't have to agree with her perspective to validate her emotion. Validation just says, "Your feelings are legitimate." It's built on respecting boundaries. If she says she needs space, give her space. Respecting her boundaries shows her you see her as an individual whose needs matter, and it's built on accountability. When you mess up, and you will, own it. If you react defensively, go back later and say, "Hey, I'm sorry I got defensive earlier. That wasn't fair to you. I'm ready to listen now if you still want to talk." Repairing things after a conflict is incredibly powerful for building safety. When you consistently create this environment, you rewire her expectations. Her nervous system starts to learn that vulnerability with you leads to connection, not conflict. The "I'm fine" armor starts to fade away. She won't need to test you to see if you care. because your actions have already proven you do. That two-word text, "I'm fine," is one of the most misunderstood moments in a modern relationship. For years, you've probably seen it as a sign to stand down, a green light to disengage. But as we've talked about today, it's the exact opposite. It's a quiet alarm that the person you love is feeling disconnected, unsafe, or unheard. Ignoring it is not a neutral act. It's an act of dismissal that creates feelings of invalidation, forces emotional suppression, and slowly erodes the trust that holds your relationship together. The damage is quiet, but it is profound. But now you have the choice to see it differently. You have the tools to see it not as an obstacle, but as an opportunity. An opportunity to pause, to look past the words, and to really see the woman you love. An opportunity to offer a gentle invitation to connect, free from pressure, and an opportunity to day by day build a sanctuary of emotional safety where masks are no longer needed. This isn't about learning to read her mind. It's about learning to create a space where she feels safe enough to share it with you. The man who can do that isn't just a better partner. He's the man she'll trust with her whole heart. Now, I want to hear from you. What's been your biggest communication challenge in your relationship? Have you been on the giving or receiving end of an "I'm fine" that meant something more? Share your story in the comments. Your experience could be the insight someone else needs.